Whoa, whoa, whoa. Stop right there. This channel is not intended for kids under the age of 13. So if you're under the age of 13, please leave. Don't need anybody getting in trouble around here. Come on back when you are 13. Or when YouTube decides that it's actually okay for family-friendly content to be seen by all. So yeah. You're still watching, aren't you? Turn it off. Turn it off now. Parents, where are you? Do your job.
Hey everybody, Arthur here with another unboxing video. Today we have Four Horsemen's Mythic Legion's Thump. And this is from the Wasteland wave that I pre-ordered when they first announced it and put the pre-orders up. He is finally here in my home and I am stoked to add another goblin to my goblin army. And it comes in that amazing Mythic Legion style packaging. The artwork is phenomenal. If you guys can't really see that up there, that says mythiclegions.com, sourcehorseman.com, and storehorseman.com. Check that out because the Four Horsemen are an amazing, talented group of artists that create some amazing figures and sculpts that even other companies use to this day. So do not be sleeping on the Four Horsemen. And this figure looks great in the package. Already right to my eye is drawn to this elvish Egyptian style scimitar blade. On the back of the box we got more figures that have been released that wasn't part of the Wasteland wave, but we do get that awesome fantasy art that they continue to use, and we do get their alliance symbol right there, and we get some read up information that if you'd like to read it, feel free to pause it and read it up. Can't forget the side. We do get a little portrait of Thump, and then we do get some read up information right there if you'd like to read up about Thump. Now the Four Horsemen did do a PSA on this, and they are even including them in the figures. Please follow these directions because this will save you from breaking figures. They're aware that some of the joints can be really tight. They don't want you to ruin the figure or break it, so definitely follow these instructions. Thump out of the package looks awesome, and I don't expect anything less from Four Horsemen and Mythic Legions. They are, I want to feel like they're still underrated. I feel like a lot of people aren't aware of what these figures are or where to get them, and you guys need to stop sleeping on these figures because they're fantastic. They're worth every penny when it comes to these figures. Look at the detail. He's so small and adorable, but then he looks like he could destroy somebody at the same time, and it's just awesome. I love the way these figures look. Now, he does come with an accessory that we've seen numerous times. If you've watched my other Mythic Legion Goblin reviews, he does come with a belt. This is the little sash that you can use to hold a sword or however you want to use it. It's just made out of like a pliable rubber, and you can really, it allows you just to customize it. If you want to grab another one of these from another goblin and use them on him where he has two crossed, you can do whatever you want. That's the great thing about these figures. They're very customizable. Another item that we get that we've seen before is a goblin axe, and this thing is sculpted great, painted and washed very well. I love it. Love the little metal bottom. Like these figures, if you want to make D&D stuff and use these as your pieces, you definitely could. But this, you can never have too many axes, especially as a goblin. Here we have that elven blade that we saw in the package, sculpted very nicely in the handle, like tons of detail with the handle and everything. And then the blade itself looks amazing. And I don't even know if I can really give it justice with this camera. Like you can see the wash on it. It's dirty, it's seen battle, it looks very wicked, and it even has a spot on top, almost like something could plug into it. He also comes with giant pauldrons, and they have this like orange wash over them, giving it that like dirty rustic look, but it almost gives it like a glowy effect to it, and the thing looks they do a great job with armor. It's just disgusting. Like, look how big one pauldron is. And the dents in there, it looks amazing. Four Horsemen, if any of you guys even watch my videos, I can't get enough of your guys' figures. They're just awesome. Look at that little cut in the armor. The wash filled it, popped that detail out. It's disgusting. It's so good. Here we have his hammer. Look at all those little spikes. Look like they're made out of different metals. It's got the wash going on. And it looks amazing. This almost it almost looks like a little grenade in the middle. Again, using like yellow as a wash makes this pop. And then it also has an end where I could plug something into it. And I like how it sort of fades. It's darker up here and it fades into the lighter metal. Very cool, very massive looking hammer. I know, a lot of people were thinking that it didn't have a hammer, but here's actually the top of the hammer. It actually comes in two separate pieces. Again, with that yellow wash, just making stuff pop. I love the way this looks. Would have been cool to see the jewel in like a translucent plastic to make that even pop, but the paint they used on it did a heck of a job. I love the metallic paint, almost like gears in the hammer. This just looks like it would do some damage. Like I said, this thing is, it's huge. Let me focus it. Look how big that thing is. Now, if you want to get really creative, you can add that hammer on the other end of this sword, which looks pretty brutal. I mean, you'd have to watch out for cutting his legs off and stuff, but it looks pretty cool. Now, one thing I did notice when I did that, it does, if I can focus there, focus, it's focusing on him, not the, come on, there we go. You can actually see that it scratched up the paint on the little nub there. So add that at the end of the sword at your own risk. Look at the detail at Thump. It's got that underbite. Little fangs and teeth are sticking out, the yellow eyes. Little bumps all over his chin. It's got the wash that's all over the neck guard that he has there. Just looking wicked. The detail in the helmet, it looks like it's metal and it's been beat up a bit. The textures are great. Love the ears. Yep, you can see the ball peg right there, but that's just because I have his head leaning so forward, because you can actually lean it back a little bit, which we'll get in articulation, and it hides it a little bit better, so not as much lollipop. Don't want anybody accusing them for being lollipop figures, but I love that neck guard. It's just mean. His armor, we've seen it before, it's just painted differently, washed differently. Again, with the yellow wash, giving that Wasteland feel. Like, I feel like they're like, hey, it's Wasteland, let's add some like toxic colors, like some brighter greens and yellows and stuff that like would be like waste, like toxic waste. And it almost gives that like glowing orange, some waste feel to it, almost like radioactive. And I love it. They just nailed it. It has a nice little green hue to the armor. These flaps are rubbery and can be removed. These are rubbery as well. Big old skirts. And I mean, I just can't get enough of these figures. Like, look at the detail. The wash brings out the detail. And the armor has tons of detail in it. His little feet are dirty in that orange waist, whatever it is. I love the fact that there's painted belt straps with the little rivets that are painted. It's awesome. The attention to detail is great. And I love the fact, I mean, they're keeping the armor uniform and adding their own little tweaks and stuff to give their non-army builders unique feels to them. Like, all these ones that have names feel like unique characters. Now, before I get on putting those giant pauldrons on them, we got to look at articulation. So his head can look up quite a bit, can look down quite a bit. He can actually have attitude and all that type of motion that you'd want out of a little sassy goblin warrior. It's great. Arms can go up. Can do full 360. He's got the elbow bend. Can even pivot at the elbow. Rotate at the wrist. And it bends at the wrist. And it even rotates at the forearm. So lots of rotation. Maybe it doesn't rotate at the... Yeah, it does. It does. I was double checking the elbow. I wasn't wanting to give you guys false information. His abs, it's pretty much a ball joint, so he can get all types of motion out of there. You can lean back, you can lean forward. It's not something crazy, but it's still a good amount. He does have waist movement as well, making squeaky noises. Then he does get the splits, so he can do a pretty good Van Damme. He has thigh cuts up in the top. It's hidden up there. You can see the armor. He does have that knee bend. Gets that great angle, ankle bend, and pivot at the ankle. So tons of articulation out of these little guys with so much detail. So much detail in these, and he feels good. Feels good in hand. Those are the little plugs that you can use to plug the wings or whatever else you want to plug in there, the shield holder, all that good stuff. The pauldrons. This figure's wicked. Here we have Thump all geared up. The only thing I don't have equipped on him is that elven sword. It just didn't fit with how I was setting him up with his gear. The giant pauldrons just engulf this goblin, and he looks like he would just be a tank. And it's awesome. Like, I feel like he would be leading a set of goblins into war, leading the way, just smashing through everything. And the way I set him up, I did put a quick... Oops, there he goes, falling backwards. I did put his axe through his little cinch in the back, so therefore it's a quick weapon grab in case he drops his hammer or things like that. And you just got to balance them out just like all the other figures, but they hold their poses very well. And this guy is just awesome. It's just a cool addition. These little goblin figures with these giant weapons, it's awesome. And I love the pauldrons. The pauldrons look so good on the figure. I just can't get enough. And 4 Horseman Studios, you guys are killing it with Mythic Legions. Do not lose your quality and your passion for what you're doing, because the sculpt works, the paint works, everything's perfect. I love these figures, and I can't wait to get Arthur and his horse in the mail. I just can't wait to get more goblins. I'm a big nerd, and I love it because I love goblins. I'm just strictly going goblins, not doing orcs, not mixing a bunch of stuff together. I just strictly goblins, and then have Arthur in the back as a general leading his goblin army, his goblin horde. It's great. Now, he does hold his little elven sword nicely, but that's not why I have him posed up like that. I just want to do a size comparison so you guys can really see how big these guys are. Tons of detail, but let's just do like a Pizza Spidey. He's a lot shorter than Pizza Spidey. Let's even go with, I don't even know. Like, let's go with Havoc I have right here. Like, he's goblin sized. It's awesome. It is super cool. And that sums up my unboxing and review of the new Wasteland wave from Mythic Legions. And that sums up my unboxing and review of Thump from Mythic Legions Wasteland wave. If you guys like what you saw, hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new to my channel, and hit that bell notification so you know when I post up a new video. And make sure you guys check out Toyco Toys and Collectibles, website down below, promo code for free shipping just for you guys down below. And make sure you check out the Facebook groups as well if you want a community to interact with fellow Toyco customers and collectors. Go ahead and join the community. But then there's the pre-order group where you get some amazing deals and prices on collectibles, and you can pre-order items right when they are announced, so you can get dibs on some amazing pricing. Now, I want you guys to also check out Plastic Cannibals. That's my group. If you're looking for a really nice, tight-knit family of a group to talk figures, trade figures, you know, talk about what's coming out. If you want to really just show off your collection, just have a good time, check out Plastic Cannibals. Highly recommend it. Not only because I made the group, but also because it's a fun group. We look out for one another. So at the end of the video, you'll see a video, not really a video, you'll see an image of Plastic Cannibals. If you go to Facebook, type in Plastic Cannibals, you'll find that same image. Click on it, answer the 3 questions, come on into the group and have a great time. And I want you guys to make sure you have the best luck hunting, keep on collecting, and have a beautiful day.